Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Carol with a tip and some inspiration. And I've got my holiday tree behind me, my Christmas tree. I celebrate Christmas. You may celebrate something else. It's all good. Little dancing to start with. Okay, I'm gonna pause that because I'm a little bit distracted. Okay, so today I want to talk all about something that has really been coming up for me a lot, which is the tendency for all of us that are here in this community. And when I say community, I mean you read my blogs, you read my emails, you watch the videos. So like that means you've got some level of interest in the kind of things I have to say. Okay. And often you're either an entrepreneur, maybe you have ADHD, or maybe you're just like a leader that has a lot on his or her plate. And, you're trying to get to that next level. Any of those where you feel like you've got too much stuff to do and not enough time, too many dreams and not enough results, and it kind of makes you sad, this is for you. Okay. Because those big dreams are really, really important. And the important part to remember about big dreams, the way to achieve those is counterintuitive. And it is with itty bitty steps. Okay? So I'm going to give you a couple tips here, right? Because turning those big dreams into reality is a lot like solving a puzzle. It's about breaking it down, that's the first tip, into manageable pieces. So focusing on those small, achievable pieces is key. Now, give you an example. Let's just say it's an exercise example because that's a super easy one to just throw out there, right? And that's the bottom of the productivity success cake as well. We want to make sure that our exercise is at a good level, right? So that we can be more productive. So let's say you wake up, and often we wake up sort of January 1st, because these days it's like, I'll just have some more cake. Thank you very much. But actually, maybe not, maybe you just say, all right, well, I'll still have the cake, but I'm going to start that exercise program, right? But I'll go back to the first example. So if you just start out, January 1, you're going to start the exercise program, and you go from sort of watching movies and having sugary drinks or alcohol or whatever it is and blah, 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 blah. I'll just start next year, that kind of thing. Easy to do. And then you're like, okay, that's it. I'm going to do, weights 3 times a week. I'm going to do running 3 times a week. I'm going to do yoga. And you're good for 2 or 3 weeks, right? The gym is very busy in January. In February, it's like, ooh, because that's a real thing. So the way to counteract that is to just do little bits. But you still have to do little bits that motivate you, because motivation is very big. So the way to do that is to take that future you condition, the future you that when you're fit, you're going to feel better, right? And to put it in front of the TV, to put it in front of the cake, right? Or to say, all right, I'm going to have that piece of cake, but I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow. And when you feel that resistance of, oh my gosh, I can't do this. That means that your desire is too big. That means your goal is too big. So maybe what you do instead is your habit, I'm doing a habits class right now. Your habit is to put on the clothes you want to walk in, and just walk for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Now, your brain's going to say, 5 minutes? That's not enough. That won't do anything. The brain is kind of right. It won't do anything physically. But you know what it'll do? it will go into your brain, and the brain will slowly start to be rewired. This is really cool. Your brain will start to be rewired, and the neurological pathways will get reconnected. And if you do this consistently, I know consistency is hard, but it doesn't have to be. And I'll tell you about that in tip 2. If you do it consistently, your brain will go, oh, okay, yeah. At 8 o'clock in the morning, before I start work at 9 o'clock, I put on these clothes and I walk outside. Or I go put on these clothes and I walk in the gym. Like, that's what your brain will think, okay? So we're tricking the brain. We are rewiring the brain. And by the way, I didn't come up with this. I actually listened a few years ago. I listened to a brain scientist. I don't remember his name anymore, but he actually told us that story. He had a couple little kids, and that's what he did. He wanted to go for a 30-minute run, but there was always something like in the way with 2 little kids, and he just said, well, that's it. I'm just going to put on my sneakers and go for 5 minutes. And after a little while, he could kind of pull himself into that habit, and eventually achieved the fitness goal that he wanted to achieve. And I'm not a fitness instructor, and I'm not a health coach. What I am is a productivity, life, and business coach that knows the importance of habits, that knows how hard it is for us, especially if we have ADHD, but truly it's anybody that's trying to start something and wants to have these big lofty dreams, right? The creative geniuses in the world have these big lofty dreams and want to do all these things all at once. And it can never be like good enough. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to make it smaller. Okay. Now, I said the second part I was going to help you out with was consistency. And when you're consistent, you want to you can keep a journal, like write it down, like the habits, and write a journal, okay? So like why it's important to you, you can journal about that, how you're feeling, and then you can have like a page, maybe put it on your refrigerator, and you can start to check them off and give yourself prizes, because everybody loves prizes. And yes, you deserve prizes. All right. Now the third tip. Accountability, y'all. You know that. You know how it is. And there's no shame in this. We don't shame. You know that when you show up, hang on, I'm going to sneeze. It's gone. When you show up, I was going to sneeze again. All right. when you show up to meet somebody for a walk, you're going to meet them, right? But when it's just you, it's hard, right? It just kind of is. It's so easy to blow ourselves off. So you got to have that accountability partner. You got to have that partner in crime, that person that's, and you know what we can do? I mean, COVID taught us this. COVID taught me this. When I go on my walks, I often go on them with somebody that's just on the phone. I put my earbuds in and we do our thing and we talk and time goes by. It's pretty great. So again, it's have your big dreams and make them really small and tiny, teeny weeny, itty bitty, seemingly meaningless steps. And then the second part is to write it down. Okay, feelings and checklist. And then third, have an accountability buddy. And what'll happen is your traction will happen. Don't wait till the first of the year. Get some decent habits going now. Habits that are healthy and good for you, so that when you turn the page next month, you're going to be like truly ready. And it won't be this all or nothing. It'll be like you are primed and ready. And if you want to jump in, I am doing 33 days of habits right now, and it has started. But if you want to jump in, you can DM me and ask about joining in a little bit late. For your calendar as well, just don't forget this. I do have, you may not know, so put down on your calendar, January 8th, we're going to be doing a Jumpstart January workshop, and it's going to be amazing, actually. And if you've got a habit or two, you're going to be better off. It's not required. You know, you can start wherever you are, and that's cool. But this just kind of gives you something like itty bitty small steps, little bits of accountability, little bit of motivation, little bit of momentum to get there. I have big dreams in 2024. And I want for you to have your big dreams manifested just the same. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.